Wake up, everybody, no more sleeping in bed. No more back thinking, time for thinking ahead. The world has changed so very much from what it used to be. There's so much hatred, war and poverty. Wake up all the teachers, time to teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen to what you have to say. They're the ones who's coming up and the world is in their hands. When you teach the children, teach them the very best you can. The world won't get no better if we just let it be. Na 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 na. The world won't get no better. We gotta change it now, just you and me. Wake up all the doctors, make the old people well. They're the ones who suffer and who catch all the hair. But they don't have so very long before their judgment day. So won't you make them happy before they pass away? Wake up all the builders, time to build a new land. I know we could do it if we all lend a hand. The only thing we have to do is put it in our mind.
Thank you for tuning in to 314 The WAP, Words and People, where it's more than just a conversation. I'm your host, Twat, Teal with a T.
And I'm Kaiserrific.
Thank you for joining us tonight. For those who are watching, and if you're not able to watch this evening, you can always tune in later on YouTube by going to MoPro Productions and typing in 314 The WAP. Tonight's topic, we'll be talking about women's mental health. Since it is Women's Mental Health Month, or Women's History Month.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Kaiserrific.
No problem, no problem.
We also have a special guest tonight who is joining us this evening to share their experiences and thoughts about women's mental health. So without further ado, please welcome Fontaina to our podcast tonight. Thank you, Fontaina.
AKA Rhythm.
Rhythm. How are you feeling tonight?
Hello, everyone.
I feel good. That's good. That's good. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you.
Thank you for joining. Just really, thank you.
Yes, and I like how you came in with the giggles. Like, hopefully that breaks some of that down, and yeah, because I know everybody likes to laugh. Laughing is good for the soul.
Yes,
it's good. It's a good healing remedy. So,
absolutely.
Okay, we're gonna get started on tonight's topic. Just basically touching bases on what's really going on with our mental health, not just affecting Black women, but women all across the country, across the world, all of that. I pulled up on Google statistics about mental health, the percentage of women's mental health that is affected from age-wise. So right now I'm seeing this is current as of November 29th of 2023, so it's current as within the past 6 months. So what I'm showing right now is from 18 to 20 years old, at least 43% of those young adolescents, young ladies are affected by mental health. From 21 to 25, 41% of those women are affected. My age group is 35 to 39, 34% of those women are affected. From any mental health to serious mental health and so on. I'm looking as you get older, like from 45 to 49 years, 44, I'm sorry, 45 to 49 years old, it's 25.7%. So as you get older, as time progresses, it actually lowers.
Wow.
And I think that's because a lot of women, you know, you take that time to heal, you kind of regulate and isolate yourself from, you know, what life has dealt you from in the past. Like, do you have any experience, or what do you, I'm not sure what your age group is, Miss Fontaina. You don't have to share your age, but how's your mental state overall this year, this 2024 new year?
2024, my mental health is great. But 2023, it's like I hit rock bottom, should I say, in the mental health area. I went through a domestic violence situation, and a lot of women don't make it out of that. And I was blessed to make it out of that. I came out with 2 titanium plates and a rod in my ankle, but I'm alive. I still have my life. What I've noticed is, because when the incident was bad, but going through it, I was able to address things that mentally that was wrong, because a lot of us have mental issues. And although we don't want to admit it, a lot of the things start in our adolescence, from seeing abuse, because our parents wanted to stay together and they argued, and it was very detrimental for us, or being molested, or just different things like that. And instead of us letting that go, we carry it into adulthood. We date a certain person, and we keep going, and ended up with people like that, like just the circles, you know. So a lot of things that happened in my youth affected my life in adulthood. And my biggest thing was I could just cut people off, because I thought that was something good that you can do. But after this incident happened to me last year, and I had to sit down. That's what happened. I had to sit down because I'm a truck driver. And I couldn't go over the road. And the doctor say, you're going to lose your foot trying to go over that road. And I had to sit down. And when you sit down, you have to deal with yourself. You have to deal with the things that are wrong with you. And I started getting therapy. And once I started getting therapy, I found out that cutting people off is not a flex, because you're avoiding the issue, address it. I learned how to not get mad and to use my words. I learned how to set boundaries. There's different things like that. I learned that it was okay for me to go through the things, to experience the things that I experienced in my youth. It was okay, but it wasn't okay for me to stay there. You know, me personally, I think everybody should get therapy. You know, just going to the doctor, because after the incident happened to me, I had to get on like a depression medicine. I couldn't sleep. I would stay woke for about 4 or 5 days, and I would smoke a lot of marijuana, because a lot of us try to medicate to not think about stuff, but when you get that downtime, it's still in the back of your mind, it's still hitting your head, and you're thinking about it. But when you deal with it, with the therapy, I deal with those issues, and I think that even when I'm longer, because I just got to a place where I don't need to take the depression medicine anymore, you know, where I still deal with anxiety, but my prayer life is immaculate. You know, I get up every day and pray. I hit the prayer line at 8 a.m., the mother's prayer line, and those mothers, the mothers of the church, the great-grandmothers, you know, I love them for what they have helped me with, and I've surrounded myself with a lot of women that are strong, you know, and I wouldn't even say a lot, because being around certain people plays a part with your mental health as well, because you have to watch the people that you are around.
Right.
Because everybody doesn't have the best interest for you, you know, and when you deal with like some of the things in your youth, I think when people, I'm not going to even say a lot of kids, or you fight for a position, and that goes into your adulthood. And when you get in your adulthood, some of the things that you had in your youth, you're still doing it. You're still in survival mode. And that was another thing. So I was in survival mode. I treated people different in survival mode, because what I seen growing up, I never dealt with it. It just kept getting packed down. And it's just getting packed and packed and packed on top of life. Continuing to happen, having kids, going through a divorce, things begin to happen, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just going on with my life because I can block it out. But when I get some time to sit to myself, those thoughts came up. But with this therapy, those things that I buried, that I suppressed, I deal with. I look at people different. A person will look at me and they'll see the same person because I look the same, but
You're not the same.
I'm not. I don't think the same. I don't act the same.
You look beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
You look
Thank
beautiful.
You. You're gorgeous as well. I have a different outlook on life. When you almost lose your life, you're angry at first. When you start dealing with your issues, you think about, you start taking accountability for yourself. You know, so you take accountability for your actions and you deal with yourself. You forgive yourself. You love yourself. I just want to give her a hug. Can I give her a hug?
Yes, yes. Very empowering. With the facing your fears, was it hard? Was it like a struggle to get to face reality?
Well, when we go through things, when we hurt, because I'm not going to say that I'm innocent, because I've done things to people, because people done things to me, so I've wanted my lick back. But then something happened in my childhood and I was angry. It hurted more holding on to the anger. It hurted more holding on to the bitterness. I hurt myself more because people had moved on with their life. Whatever lies they had told, whatever they had done, they moved on. And I was stuck right there. And what the therapy does for me, it makes me deal with it. It makes me be able to forgive, because when we have like older parents, sometimes our parents are just stuck somewhere. Or even like what we deal with our grandparents, and they would never understand what we go through, and we would never really understand what they go through. They can tell us, but we wouldn't understand. And losing my father, because things that happened in my past, a lot of us have grudges against our parents, not understanding that our parents' life had to stop, because a lot of parents didn't plan to have kids, they just had them.
Right.
And their life had to stop right there. And we like, well, we should have this because we see somebody else having it. You know what I'm saying? And we thinking we hold those grudges. We take that through life and, well, I didn't have this, until you lose one. And it's just like, it ain't worth it. I was mad at my mama for what? My mama was young when she had kids. She didn't know how to parent.
And we need more resources like that today for people, for young parents, both female and male, not just singling out the girls, the young ladies that are teen pregnancy. That's another topic that's going to be talked about on the show.
Right.
Teen pregnancy, all of that, because just like she doesn't know how to be a mother, he doesn't know how to be a father either. Like, they're both teens. But I so appreciate you, Fontaina, for sharing some of your personal experiences with us today. And it's beautiful to see you here today. It's beautiful because so many women, they don't get that chance. They don't get that chance to tell their story.
Thank you. This is hard. Like I say, I still experience anxiety. I got off of depression. And I'm not being funny, because if you need it, you need it. But it was because it was making me gain weight. And I say either I'm going to be depressed or fat. I can't do both of them. I got to choose. So I'm just like, I ain't going to even say this easy, because what happens is me having to deal with life and overthinking. I'm an overthinker. My mind is always going. And I'm always thinking about what happened to me. I have anxiety. But I don't want to be on all those medications. I don't want to, because the medications have side effects. You know, I don't want to, but I'm going to say I'm sorry, you guys.
No, you're
good.
fine. You're fine.
Sometimes when I talk about this, it gets emotional because I survived it and a lot of people didn't. But any woman that's going through something like that, any person, and they need to get some help, or because we beat ourselves up.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that's going through that and they beating themselves up, I recommend them to get some help. My doctor, when I went to go see her, when this happened to me, I was holding everything in. I just held it in. I didn't cry because I cried to myself, but nobody understood.
Right.
It was like, oh, okay.
I'm gonna say this real quick. Both you ladies are survivors, and y'all my heroes, and I love y'all both. What you all have went through was a great impact on y'all. Y'all have carried so much. Y'all overcame this. So with women having to raise children, have to take care of the home, and then you go through these different situations such as verbal abuse, domestic violence. Y'all take on a lot. And I commend y'all for overcoming this. You ladies, y'all deserve y'all claps. Y'all deserve y'all roses.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm still struggling day by day. I take it day by day because that's all you can do instead of just, sitting there lingering about the past, the should-haves, would-haves, could-haves. I'm here to tell my story.
Right.
Yeah. Because believe me, we not the only ones.
Yes.
We're not the only ones. And to our famous supporter who's most likely watching this is like, I'm going to share my story. You can't shut me up anymore. You can't shut me up.
You won't be silenced no more.
I will not be silenced no more. Like, I have to deal with this person for the rest of my life because we have kids together. But at the same time, I wish I would have left sooner. My background has changed. I'm now a 3-time felon. I'm on papers right now. Last year, you were with me, kaiserrific. The day I got on that ankle monitor. And I spent all summer of 2023 I was limited. And I'm like, I can't do 15 or 20 because that's what will happen. I would do 15 or 20. I can't imagine seeing my babies all grown up.
But
I can't imagine seeing my babies all grown up. I could have been on the obituary, and I told myself when my mom had 2 of us, me and my brother. My brother was killed in 2021. That was the same year I shot at my now ex. In that same year, that was the hardest year of my life. Me losing my only sibling. And then what happened with me and him. Like, I still have the scars to this day. I will forever have this scar on my hand.
Right.
I broke my left hand twice that year. I had to get surgery twice. But I don't regret what I did. I'm glad that bullet didn't prosper because I wouldn't be here right now telling my story. I would be telling it behind bars, writing books about it. And I'm still going to do that because I don't want the next woman going through what you and I went through. Because domestic violence is real.
It's time for you ladies to start saving lives.
I agree. And that's what I was going to say when I went to my doctor. I'm going to tell you how she saved my life. Because I was holding it in, and you can only hold things in for so long. Mm-hmm. And she just embraced me and hugged me. Just out of nowhere. And the tears just began to roll. And she said, I'm sorry that you went through that.
She was giving you a signal to say it's okay to let go.
And she did that. And she also, she was just saying how African American women and men, just men in general, would rather suffer in silence than get help. Because it makes you think that you are crazy. And you're not crazy. Mm-hmm. And it's okay for something to be wrong. Mm-hmm. But it's not okay to sit in that pain. And you know what I'm saying? So what has happened through, because I'm not, I may have been victimized, but I'm a victor in the situation.
Right.
On the strength of that, this therapy has changed my life. And my therapist we are creating programming. I've put some poems together to make some videos, and we are creating programming for a domestic violence group that will meet in the city and the county. And me and her is spearheading, and she'll be up. She is the doctor, and I lead the program just to help women. And we want other women who have survived to come and speak, because a lot of us go back. I'm guilty of going back.
Same here.
I'm guilty, and we don't need you to beat them when they go back. Talk to them, encourage them. Sister, you can't do that. Because I'm gonna say this: verbal abuse is just like physical abuse. It leaves an everlasting mark, and sometimes it can even be more deadly. Well, nothing can be more deadly than physical, because you can kill you. It can kill you, but that verbal abuse can just follow you. And you can remember my first husband. He said some things to me, and I never forget him. I never forget. And it's like when people did things to me, I lashed back out. But once I began to heal and got out of survival mode, because I needed that doctor. I needed those talks with those group of women. I needed that encouragement. I need the prayer line, because you constantly need support. Because what happens when you go through things like that, you experience depression. And people really don't want to deal with depression. Because how can you help me and you ain't never been with what I've been through? Because that was my way of thinking.
Right.
But this woman has helped me, and it has changed my life. And there are days when I can feel the old fontaina clash with the new fontaina. And I have to sit down and say, no, I can't go back there. Because I'm steady digging out that hole of survival. Because I'm not in survival mode no more. I'm living.
It's a rebirth for you.
I'm living.
It's a rebirth.
Yes.
Yes.
And I don't date anymore. I don't know how to date. I know what I liked before. I know what I was attracted to. But I want what's good for me. And as I work on myself, I want my mate, whomever they may be, to work on themselves too. So when they come toward me, we can, I don't want just love. I want a friend, a partner.
Right.
I don't want the same old. That's what I did in survival mode. I love me more. It was a time where I didn't love me. When this thing happened, I wanted to lay down and die. I was in a domestic violence shelter in Raleigh.
Everybody, tonight's show is about women's mental health. And if you want to call in, the number is 515-599-1687. I'm very touched because I'm sitting with two empowering ladies here, and you all has helped me through my battles, and I see y'all been through y'all battles, and I love y'all, and y'all still strong no matter. At the end of the day, y'all overcoming, y'all got the victory, and y'all gonna keep coming over these hurdles, and y'all gonna be strong. Y'all gonna sit back and laugh about this one day and say, I overcame this, and this is my life now. This is who I am. Because you're not the same person you once was in 2021. You're not the same person you was last year. You are two different people now. You all both have evolved and grown into different people, and I commend you both.
Thank you. Thank you for that. And we are helping one another. Like, I didn't choose this road. This road chose me.
There you go.
So since it chose me, I will not let it defeat me.
There you go.
And I will not be quiet. Because it happens.
You can find purpose in everything.
Just even with, because I'm big on coming out of abusive relationships. If a person is putting their hands on you, if a person is talking, constantly talking down to you, get away. Move. It's 2024, it's temp services. For my sanity, I live in the box. Yeah. Sometimes you got to get uncomfortable to get comfortable.
Yeah. Stop living in fear. It's like life is literally too short.
And you only get one.
They
say YOLO.
Yeah.
You only live. No, you don't only live once. You die once. You live every day.
Yeah.
And after this rebirth that I had, that's why I strive the way I do on the goals that I have for myself. Like, I literally had to sit down, and I'm still sitting. And when you a trucker, you used to making a certain type of money. I don't make that anymore, but I'm at peace.
Exactly.
And I'm alive.
Exactly.
And every day I work on myself.
And that's richer than any money can buy. It is that peace. It's like before 2021 happened, I worked for one of the biggest health insurance companies ever. And then 2023 came, I lost my job. I got on my grind, wound up. Hell, I'm going to put it out there. I'm a janitor. I don't have no shame in my game. A job is a job.
Yes,
and I
ma'am.
work 2-3 jobs.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm going to school.
Yes, ma'am.
Like, at that time, some more chaos had trumbled down with me and my ex, where I didn't even see my baby for 2 months. And he was not even a year old. And I sat there in my brother's room and cried every day and every night and said, God, I can't keep crying. I said, when it's time, because I know I'm going to see my babies. You know what? That was better time. Me sitting there that 2 months without seeing my kids, especially my newborn baby. Because I want to do that 2 months all over again. Then sit 15, 20 years. And they grown up. That hurt my soul. That hurt my soul.
Yes, ma'am.
Take
I
your
don't
time.
have any pictures of him at 8 months old. I don't have any pictures of him at 9 months old. And that hurts my soul. Because of his brothers, I have all those pictures. I have it all. But you know what? I'll wipe that up. And these tears are not for what I've been through. It's just I missed out on time with my baby. But I thank God for that, because it was truly a wake-up call. That way I can sit here and preach and say, any woman that's in a bad relationship, get out. If you don't know how to get out, call somebody that's there where you can just lay your head. Even if you got to sleep on couches, call me. Reach out to the show, 314 the WAP at gmail.com. Call me. You don't want to do that time. Like, orange is a pretty color and brown is a pretty color, but picture it being in behind bars for 15, 20 years of your life. I spent 5 days in jail down at the Justice Center when all of this broke loose. And I made something. I didn't start no drama down there. I read the 5 days I spent down there. I read 5 books, 5 novels, because we was on a 24-hour hold every day because COVID had broke out. Man, that was horrible. That's one place you really got to be tough, where you in survival mode. It was another lady in there with me. She was crying. I don't know what her case was, but she was crying, and her roommate got sick of it and beat her up in the cell. I'm like,
What?
damn, yeah, beat her up in the cell. I'm like, you can't come in here crying. Some of these women facing life. What you in here crying for? There's a possibility you could get out. You can't go in there crying. What you crying for? And complain. They don't want to hear that. When you in there, they don't want to hear that. You sit there, do your time, and do what you got to do. And when you come out into wherever the open area, eat, make your phone call, and go back in. Hold your head up high in everything, because it's been down too low. It's been down too low for too long. And I refuse to go back to that place, because now I have finally came out of that place. Like, I picture myself now as a lion walking out of the jungle, finally, like, just transitioning. And I love that. I love the peace that I have. I didn't lost a job making good money. Now I'm working 3 jobs and I'm probably making a nice portion of money, but it's not where I'm at. But I'm happy where I'm at. I'm happy with life. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy with life. That's all I can say. I can see my kids. That part,
that
exactly. Sometimes we just gotta cry through it, because at the end of these tears, it's still gonna be sunshine after the rain. Like, it's raining now, but don't let nobody rain on your parade.
Right.
You can't.
It's like God gives his biggest battles to his strongest soldiers.
Yeah.
Because he knew that you can take it, and he knew that you can help people when they came along, and you survived it. And you're not being quiet about your story. Mm-mm. So you're going to help so many people, because there's people that's going through it and don't know how to get out.
Exactly. Right. And then just the day, me remembering the day my mom called me. I was in Jeff City at the time for my aunt's birthday. And she called me and broke the news telling me my brother got shot. Thinking he got down there to Barnes, hurried up, hopped in the car, got down there to Barnes to find out he didn't make it. And to see my mama get home. I ain't never seen my mama break down. Not even when her own mother died. But to see my mama break down and barely make it up the steps because her youngest and her only baby boy wasn't coming back no more. I told God that day, please, I feel like John Q. My mama ain't gonna bury another child. She ain't gonna do that. I'll lose my mama. My mama ain't finna lose me. So it's like me playing tug of war because I gotta be strong for my mama on this side as well as my 6 kids on this side. They can't see mama break. They can't see me break. And you know what? I've come to the point where I don't even break down no more. Only when I talk about this. Only. But it feels good because I feel like I'm paving the way for my children. Because life ain't hit them yet. My oldest is 18. My youngest is 1. So I'm glad God put me in a place because I can tell my boys, you ain't gotta go in there. You ain't gotta do that. I work 5 jobs where you ain't even got to sit up here and sell dope on the streets just to make ends meet. And same with my girls. You ain't got to sit up here and sell your body just to make ends meet. I'm showing my kids what work is. We may not have the fanciest, house or apartment, but guess what? We making it.
Yes, ma'am.
We making it. We getting up every day. They got a bed to sleep in, food on the table, clothes on their back. That's life right there. It ain't about Gucci and Prada and Louis Vuitton and all. It's life. It's living.
Right. You're right.
It's living.
We gotta live for today and prepare for tomorrow.
Exactly. It's living. And this is really touching. And I truly appreciate you for coming on the show because you opened my eyes to a lot. Just like with the men's mental health. Y'all opened my eyes to a lot. It's like we can't coexist without the other.
Right.
We need one another. And
we have to build that bridge and close that gap that we have. I mean, if you ask me a question today, like who I would say is the strongest person I ever known, was my mom. She went through some shit in her life. Rape, abortion, different things in her life, raising 3 children, dealing with a marriage, and I'm not gonna lie. Her second marriage, my father, they went through their battles. I had to see that. So to say you have to take this seriously. You only, like you say, you die once. You live every day. You have to live. At the end of the day, when all this shit is gone, you have to still put that smile on your face. Make sure the kids are off to school. You have to make sure you at work and you got a clear mind. I want to ask y'all, what is the biggest struggle of y'all mental health outside of the abuse that y'all feel y'all go through according to this? Is it being single moms?
The biggest struggle for me to this day, I'll say trust. Because that's the foundation. Like, who can I trust? Like, who can I run to when I'm feeling like this? Because I have depression. I have anxiety. But guess what? I don't take medicine for that. I don't. The reason being because of the side effects. I feel like robotic, like it slows me down. And that's not me. I'm a bubbly, chipper person. I'm goofy all day, all night, all hours of the day. You know what I'm saying? I don't take it. And now I feel like I don't have the need to take it because I have isolated myself from certain people where I have to be mindful of the company I keep around. So if you bring in negativity and toxicity to me, I can't deal with you. I can't fuck with you like that because I don't even like my cousin when she was in a relationship. This was last year. and she coming to me with her problems. It's like I feel like now I have PTSD. I don't want to hear about it. I wish you the best, but that's taking me. That's a trigger. I'm recognizing my triggers on what I can tolerate and what I can't tolerate, and that's what I can't. I don't like people arguing. I don't like hearing about relationship problems. Like, you gotta figure that out on your own. Sorry, but not sorry.
You don't need that energy.
Yeah.
It piles on you. I definitely understand.
You have enough on your plate already.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is I'm an overthinker, and I needed the depression medicine. I needed it, and you're right. So I would take it at nighttime before I went to bed, and that's how I kind of played it. I would take it at night. I needed to go to the doctor. I needed therapy. I think I'm gonna get therapy for life. It's like one of the best things that has ever happened to me. I think everybody needs therapy, like, cause it makes you just deal with different things. Like, I think it's a good thing. But I'm an overthinker, so I have anxiety all the time. Cause what if? But I am a praying woman, so my faith, I stand on the word of God. I stand on that. I stand firm on that. I don't care what they saying or what they say, well, what she did or how. I can't take nothing back. This is me. Accept me as I am. You ain't even got to accept me. I love me. I'm not going to let you in my circle if you got bad energy. I'm going to feel it before you come. Exactly. I'm a peaceful person. You know what I'm saying? But that anxiety thing, that's my biggest thing. But like I say, therapy is the best thing for me. We were saying something about domestic violence, like who you can call. 211 is 211, and it's a place called Alive. If you are in a domestic violence situation, you can call 211. I don't have a live number on me. I grabbed the wrong yellow notebook.
My parole officer gave me that. I had the brochure.
But call 211, and you get in touch with Alive, and they will pick you up that same night, and they will find somewhere safe to put you.
Wow.
So there are different places, and there are a lot of domestic violence shelters out here, safe houses. I would say, just by going through this and dealing with the therapist and dealing with my doctor, if you are in a domestic violence situation, please develop a plan of what you are going to do if something happens, because you already know you're going through some things. Pack a small bag with the essentials that you need, and sit it by the door, so that if that person put their hands on you or they begin to do it again, you can get away. And if you're in a new neighborhood, get acquainted with the neighborhood, so when you begin to run, you don't run to a dead end. But there are different things that people can do. Like, I'm an advocate against domestic violence. You know what I'm saying? I'm an advocate for women's mental health. I'm an advocate for us. You know what I'm saying? We go through so much, and having children, our hormones, they go crazy. And then you go through something with a husband. I've been there. So we are helpers one to another. I think we do an injustice when we survive stuff, and then we see young sisters going through it, and we don't say anything to y'all. That's not fair. It's not fair, because I survived something. You know what I'm saying? With the husband, and went through the divorce. I had to do all those things. You know, and a lot of things I had to do alone. But my mama, when it comes to that, because my mother had to survive my daddy, she on it. She coming to make sure we okay. But everybody don't got a mama like that.
Yeah,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I give my email is rhythmsnation2@gmail.com.
Could you spell that out for us, please?
Okay, RHYTHMNATIONS 2. What the nation's 2? The number 2 at gmail.com. COM. You guys.
So we'll post that on the website too, since kaiserrific coughed right in the midst of her. It's okay. I know.
You can reach out to me, and I will send you all the information that you need, from doctors to everything. If you need therapists, I got a list of therapists, just because, like I say, that has been the best thing that has happened to me. You know what I'm saying? Those things that I held on from molestation and anger and domestic violence in the old marriage that I didn't let go, and brought that baggage along, I've dealt with that, and I've sat it there, and I don't look back at it. I survived it, and I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for this opportunity. I'm thankful to be able to hear your story.
Same with
Yeah.
yours. It's definitely a blessing.
Yes,
It
ma'am.
really is. And anyone who's not just domestic violence, like Fontania just said, even molestation, rape, she could provide numbers for those
Definitely.
ladies who are going through that, because I'm a victim of both. Actually, I don't talk about that, and for so long I was angry with my mom because she didn't speak up. Like nowadays, people just brush it under the rug, but it's like it's in your mental. Like
Yeah.
it stays in your mental.
I think so, cause that's a real touchy situation, and I don't really think they brush it under the rug, because I think that, cause you got to realize, my great grandmama just died. She was 97, but her mama was a slave, and she was with the sharecroppers. My grandmama was, and it's stuff that she went to her grave and would not tell.
Wow.
But how could a mother that's been molested know how to deal with a child that's been molested when nobody dealt with her?
Wow.
Wow.
How do they know how? Nobody protected them. And so at some point, you got to put yourself to, and I know this sounds crazy, because I had to lay I want my revenge. I want to say who did it to me. I had to lay that down to put me to the side to say, damn, this could have happened to my mama. My mama don't even want to deal with it, don't even want to talk about it. Nobody dealt with that. And you got to realize, now, my grandmother was 97. Her mother was a slave. You remember, they used us, the black men, as bucks to impregnate the women. So that stuff just kept on jumping. And it just keeps going. And I know it says buried. The grandma didn't know what to do. They don't know what to do. They just know what happened to their people, and they don't want the police to take their kids away. And I'm not saying that it's right, because it's wrong. I'm a victim of it. But I had to put me to the side to say, well, what did she go through that she couldn't even fight for me? Or because somebody didn't fight for her. But what happened to my grandmama when she didn't fight for her kids? And she was 97. So could you imagine what she experienced?
Yeah, that's true. That's very, very true. And that's why I said you only get one mama. So I had to let that anger go. I had to let that anger go for years. Even with being bullied in school from girls because I didn't have the latest styles and all of that. All of that plays on your mind. All of that plays on your mind, on your mental, as a young lady, as a young woman that's growing up. That's why it says for the statistics for those teenage years, they have the highest depression, because you dealing with so much, and it starts in middle school. It really, for me, it started in middle school. Like, that's when you are building your character. Like, and then people will will connect based on that. Oh, I like this person, and based on how you dress and how your hair is and all of that. I didn't have a lot of friends growing up. I didn't. I still don't to this day, and I like it like that. I do, because it keeps the peace.
Definitely.
And it's like, I don't want to deal with drama, because I remember in middle school that one girl over the summer had brought my name up in something, and I was, my parents were strict back in middle school, and I'm like, I came back to school, everybody hated me. I got bullied, got jumped on the bus, and then went to another school that next year, and it's like, I just turned into a beast, like masculine mode, like, wasn't nobody finna pick on me this
Definitely.
year. No, and it's like you said, been in survival mode too long, and now finally, I'm back to being Teal, my playful self, like my goofy, silly self. I love to joke. I love to, kid around. But that's another thing you got to watch out for. Those people who are always chipper like that, they be having some of the darkest, most secrets, pain in them. You got to ask them, are they okay? How you feeling today? Like, really, are you okay today?
Definitely.
But thank you for sharing your story. This was definitely another great episode. Mind blowing. Do you have any other thoughts or comments you would like to share with us today?
Well, I have a few books.
Okay.
So, because I'm a writer. I'm a poet as well. I have a book, because I was riding on that truck, y'all. So I just put a poem out called "The Evolution of Rhythm." No, that's the book. It's the Evolution of Rhythm, and I have another book called "The Weed Man Chronicles." I'm doing the actual audio book for the Weed Man Chronicles. It's hilarious, you know what I'm saying? But I have another book called The Hunger Is Real, and I'm editing that book, you guys. And I got a lot of poems. I'm just making videos now. I got a video shoot on the 16th for The Black Man. It's a poem called The Black Man. I'm doing a video shoot on it. If any black men want to come get in the video, I put my email or my information up so you can get in touch with me so I can let you know when it is. But it's a positive poem, you know, just about black men, just to uplift them. I'm doing some stuff about women after that, just to uplift them.
Yes, we definitely need to get together after this podcast because I really want to network. I really want to help women that's been through what we've been through because we know young ladies out there, stuff like that, who really need our help. Now we will be the elders for them coming up, just like the elders, the women of the church. You don't have to be religious if you need that. Prayer works in all ways. You don't have to go to church. I don't go to church anymore, but there are prayer lines available. I pray every day and covered in under the blood of Jesus, in the blood of Jesus. I say that every day. I've even got to the point where I can even pray for my enemy. That's how I know I'm becoming healed.
That's right.
When you can pray for the enemy, you climbing up that ladder. So please feel free. Kaiserrific, did you have anything you wanted to chime in on or any thoughts?
I got some feedback on the live.
Sure.
Audra Beam says, in the first point, she says, that's why women need the time with one another, to relate to one another, to cry together, laugh together, to be the village that our babies need. She also said, the biggest struggle to me is having the smile of all of the time. We as women and mothers go down too, but we have to put on a facade to make sure that everyone else is okay. It comes natural to most women, but it still gets tiresome.
Definitely.
And yes, we all need therapy. And she said, thank you for the info on the line. She's going to pass it on. Definitely. She never heard of them before. And she want to know, could your books, could we put her name of her books on the page too?
Of course. Yeah. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that audio. Definitely.
Kaiserrific.
And for those, we are on the MoPro page on YouTube, so please go to Wednesday Wine and Words on YouTube and subscribe to our page, and you can see all of our shows. We are 7 shows in, and we're going places.
Oh yeah,
if that's okay.
No,
definitely.
Go right ahead.
Okay. It's called I'm Pretty for a Black Woman. I'm pretty for a black woman. What does that mean? Stop acting like this chocolate skin don't make you fiend. The black woman is the most exotic woman you ever seen. Sometimes it sounds a little routine, especially when life has given us the unforeseen. We took that and cooked it up and turned it into a fine cuisine. With my tightly coiled hair and my juicy big lips, I am the most duplicated woman, from the way I wear my clothes to the sway of my hips. Pretty for a black woman, ain't that some shit? When your ancestors before you sipped from my ancestors' nip. I am the descendants of the people that was stolen from their land, descendants of the black woman who would not bow and took a stand, descendants of innocent lives that were taken because the color of their skin. I, the black woman, defended the women, children, and the men. Mistreated by the doctors, apparently black women could take more pain. Raped and murdered and thrown to the side. Walking by faith with the cards stacked against me, I stand on black pride. Pretty for a black woman is a slap in the face, especially when the black woman is duplicated by every race.
Thank you. Yes, the true life.
Thank you.
Beautiful poem.
We are coming down to our last few minutes. Please, Rhythm, please tell us where they can find you again.
I am on Facebook as Fontainia Brown. I am on YouTube. Is at Rhythm 9019. You can find me on Rumble. It's Rhythm 9019 on Rumble. You can find me on Podbean. It's Rhythm and Words. I have a podcast as well. I do a lot of uplifting now. I've been editing those books, so I'll be back up and moving on the podcast soon. I'm also on Instagram, Fontainia Brown. You will see. What's the other one? I have I can't even think of a page, y'all. I'm sorry.
You okay?
But you will see me out more. Like I said, I had to get the anxiety under control and the depression, but I'm ready to just go out and mingle a little more. You'll see me out more, jumping on stage. I had to get to a point where I could do this again, where I can come in front of people. You know what I'm saying? Because that women's mental health, women, if you are going through anything, get some help. Not just women, just people. If you are going through something, get some help. Find you a tribe. Find you somebody.
Yes, thank you so much for that. And we are going to post her information on the website or on our page on 314 The WAP on Facebook. All of that. So if you guys have any questions, comments, you can always email us at 314thewap@gmail.com. Tonight was a good show. It was to me, that was therapeutic. Like, it does take time to be sociable again after you have been through trauma. Those trauma responses is like, it's time to live.
Definitely.
And we live in this 2024. I appreciate you. Like, you had me tearing up. And I started to bring me a box of Kleenex in because I'm like, this going to get real personal. But I like that connection where you can see a podcast like this and it's real, not just because of the tears, but just because of the personal experiences.
I was ashamed. I'm not going to say I wasn't ashamed. I was. But that shame keeps people going through the same thing because nobody wants to speak up. So I'd rather speak up and help somebody than watch the news and see another person die from domestic violence.
Yes.
From killing themselves. You were saying something about the kids, baby. These young people are killing themselves.
Yes.
They are committing suicide at the adolescent age. So you have to look out for the young people. And you have to realize that what these kids seeing, they're going to mimic. So I can't take back stuff that I showed my kids. The abuse that they seen in the relationship. But what I can do is help them or help another child.
That's very true.
That's all I can do. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So definitely.
And on our page tonight, we will also be posting resources for any woman that's going through anything of what we spoke about tonight, such as shelters, 211 information, that a live brochure, because I do have it, because my PO gave it to me when I first got on that ankle monitor. Like, I'm telling you now, that's not a place you want to be. Think about, lock yourself in the bathroom. Don't sit in the tub. Lock yourself in the bathroom and sit there for a good hour if you can take it. Or go to a closet. Make that your prayer closet. Test it out and see how you like it.
My God. Yeah.
Who want to be in a cell like that? Who want to be in confinement? You being in your mind, overthinking sometimes is your confinement. You don't want to be confined by authority and you got to wake up on their time. You got to eat what they tell you to eat. Take a shower when they tell you to shower. I'm telling you, this is living proof here.
My mother would say this one saying, he who controls you, he who angers you, controls you.
There you go.
My mother would say that to us. And I didn't understand it till I seen the person pulling my strings. I was the puppet. Like, you have to set boundaries. Those things are very important. Like, you can't. It takes 15 minutes to change your life. 15 seconds to change your life. And you can't take it back.
Exactly.
So when you get into a heated situation, be the punk and turn around. Because they say you a punk when you move. Turn around. Run, because you can't take it back.
No.
You can't. And when they get you in the system, they going to try to keep you.
Oh, definitely.
Most definitely. So, real quickly, I want to say I commend you both again. And I learned a lot hearing you both stories and what you all been through. And I want to send a special shout out to Renelle Ritchie, who is going through
Praying for her.
A terrible loss. She lost her daughter, Brittany, over the weekend, and it was over a senseless act. And as a mother, I can't imagine. because I'm not a mother, but as a parent, that hurts.
Yes.
So I love you both, and I appreciate you both. Y'all gonna whoop my ass later, but I don't care. But I love y'all both.
We love you too.
Definitely love you.
And I just want you to know that it makes us love y'all more and appreciate you more because
Life is life. Life is life. But at the end of the day, through every misunderstanding, there's understanding. And we just, as not just women, but men too, we as the human race and population, we have to really take that time to find what the understanding is. It could just be lack of miscommunication. We got to take that time, but most definitely put those guns down because it's taking too many, too many kids are being brought up with daddies in jail, mama's gone, vice versa. Too many. No, put those guns down.
So that concludes our show tonight. I want to thank our guest, Miss Fontaina Brown, aka Rhythm, and I want to give kudos to my co-host Twat Teal with a T.
Thank you for
Y'all,
Thank you.
Give it up for Mopo Productions, y'all. Too, they work hard, keep us on our ass, on our feet. So we'll be back in about 2 weeks. Next week is Tuesdays Up in Smoke on a Thursday.
There you go.
His phone.
Wake up, everybody, no more sleeping in bed. No more backward thinking, time for thinking ahead. The world has changed so very much from what it used to be.